Hello, today Reagan and myself will be talking about the job analysis that we completed with our team over the course of this semester for the potential position of Director of Student Retention. Just to give an overview, we're going to start with an introduction and overview of the project and what a future-oriented job analysis is. Then we're going to dive into our methods for collecting information about the position, our results from our surveys, and then we'll wrap it up by highlighting the key takeaways from this project and the references we used. The primary purpose of this project was to conduct a job analysis for a potential Director of Student Retention position by determining the tasks that make up this role as well as the necessary knowledge, skills, and abilities to complete those tasks. And we're hoping that the end result is that this information will inform the college on their decision to implement this position or not. If they want to move forward with creating this position, then these materials can help guide selection decisions. So a future-oriented job analysis is no real different than a typical job analysis in that it's a systematic process of collecting and analyzing job information, but the real difference is that it's for a position that does not currently exist. This means that our process for collecting information may look a little different than normal in that we had to source out some SMEs and use literature evidence to support some of our findings. Here's an overview of our methodology, which was broken down into 4 phases, which we will explain in further detail over the next few slides. For our first phase of the project, we conducted research on a student retention position by understanding current student retention efforts at UWF, as well as analyzing job descriptions and other job-related information from sites like ONET. During this phase, we also met with our point of contact just to understand what their goals were for conducting this job analysis, what organizational needs this job could potentially mitigate, and also identify potential subject matter experts or SMEs to inform us of the details on the position. During the second phase of this project, we began to interview SMEs. We identified a few extra SMEs other than those who were identified by our point of contact. So for this phase, we ended up interviewing 5 individuals with experience with student retention by either working directly in positions that handled retention efforts or working beside somebody who did. So our SMEs consisted of an assistant dean from a separate college within the university, 2 UWF academic advisors who would be potential subordinates and/or colleagues of this position, 1 faculty member who had experience working with student retention, and 1 external individual with the same experience but at a separate Florida public university. Our third phase was developing the task and KSAO statements for this position. These are really the bread and butter of what is used to build the job description by listing out the tasks that are being done, how they are being done, and for what purpose, as well as the knowledge, skills, and abilities needed to be able to perform those tasks. To assess these, we built out a survey that was administered to another 5 SMEs. However, these were not all of the same SMEs in phase 1, mainly for logistical reasons. We didn't get responses back from some of our SMEs from the first phase, and we didn't include subordinates that were interviewed since they wouldn't have direct knowledge of the tasks needed to be performed in this position. So our SME participants included 1 external and 1 internal faculty member with experience with student retention, as well as 3 of our own consultants on this team who gained subject matter expertise throughout the process of gaining familiarity with the job. We'll talk a little bit more about what areas the surveys probed and what results came from it later on in the presentation. In an effort to supplement our survey data, our team also conducted some research to find support for the tasks and KSAOs that we identified. And here's a quick overview of some of those main takeaways. The research shows that for Director of Student Retention positions, tasks involved include identifying academically at-risk students, understanding the different academic resources and services available from the university, being able to connect students with those, and having high interpersonal skills. We also found some research that elaborated on the benefits of having a distinct student retention role, such as lowering financial loss and improving university ranking.
Hi everyone, my name is Reagan and I'm going to be going over our survey results with you all today. Specifically, our task statement survey went over the following ratings of job importance, of success, ratings of difficulty, and determined whether the task was something that should be included within the selection process or necessary entry, or something that can be trained on the job. Similarly, we evaluated the knowledge, skills, abilities, and other personal skills that would be trained or included within the selection process. We sought to understand how important each KSA was in the hiring process and what KSA was critical to individual job success for this role. Survey results revealed that 3 tasks were very important to job success in this role. It was found that it was important for the person in the position to be able to oversee development, direction, and assessment for student support services and programs, to develop, manage, and evaluate retention efforts including recruitment, transition into college, graduation rates, as well as transfer rates, and finally to review the student transcripts and other records to determine eligibility for graduation. When reviewing our task statement survey, we did see some rater disagreement in regards to ratings of difficulty. We suspect this to be due to the different levels of experience and backgrounds of the SMEs who took the survey. Most of our task statements were deemed to be necessary at entry, making it important to include within the selection process for this job role. When evaluating our KSAO survey, it was revealed that administrative knowledge was the only KSA that could be trained on the job. All others were required to be included in the selection process. When evaluating how useful each KSA was during the hiring process, SMEs were in complete agreement regarding how important each of the following KSAs were to success. These KSAs included active listening, organizational skills, judgment and decision-making skills, system evaluation, monitoring skills, and communication skills. When examining acceptable and unsatisfactory levels of performance, it was revealed that the ability to monitor the performance of yourself as well as the performance of others was very important. This was important given that through interviews, it was revealed that this job position could be completed remotely. In conclusion, based on our findings from our surveys as well as our literature review, it was revealed that this position will increase student success, increase communication throughout the university, and increase the financial gain from UWF through retention metrics. Overall, we would recommend that a Director of Student Retention position be implemented into the College of Health. As Rebecca mentioned at the beginning of this presentation, we did complete a job description for this role. This job description will be sent to you via PDF and is also listed here. Our references are listed here, including the ones we use for our literature review. If you have any additional information or questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to conduct this job analysis for the university. We look forward to our Q&A session on December 8th. Have a good day. Thank you.